Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel and to some more muzzleloader testing, and today we've got another bullet combo that we have yet to test, and another version of this bullet in a different weight has done fantastic for us so far, so I'm definitely curious to see how this combo does as well, because I've got some decent hopes for it. Before the muzzleloader we're running, I brought out my CVA Wolf. I believe it's got a 24-inch barrel on it, and up on top is a Hawk Vantage IR 3-9x40 with the muzzleloader reticle in it. This muzzleloader itself was 200 and change as far as price goes, so cheap basic combo, but it's shown us some nice looking results so far, so we'll see how it likes these particular bullets today. But as for those bullets, I brought out some more Powerbelts. These ones are the 295 grain Copper Aerotip bullets. They are 50 caliber, of course, and here's what they actually look like in the packaging. Look just like the picture. We did test some of the 245 grain version of this exact bullet through that CVA here recently with some very nice results. So will it actually like the 295s a little better, a little more bullet weight? I don't know. We'll see what happens. As for our powder charge, I'm going to be running some of these IMR White Hots. We're going to be using 2 pellets, so 100 grains, very standard loading, nothing special here. And our primers are going to be some of these Winchester 777-209 primers. So as for how we're going to do this test, we're going to shoot 2 groups, one at 50 and another at 100 yards, all of which will be through the chronograph so we can get our velocities if it cooperates with today's sun and clouds and the muzzleloader smoke and stuff like that. As for cleaning and things like that, I have been shooting this muzzleloader today, but it is pretty clean overall to start. We're going to shoot our 3 shots at 50 yards. I'm not going to touch the bore at all between those shots. And then once we get our 3-shot group at 50, I will do a quick swab out with just some rubbing alcohol. It's not going to get rid of everything. I just want to knock a lot of the big fouling out of the bore. And then I'll put 2 more primers through it before we shoot our 100-yard group. Everybody's got their different ways of doing it, but this seems to be a very consistent and repeatable way of doing things. So that's how we're going to run it. So let's get you guys a view of these targets. We'll shoot our groups and see how this CVA Wolf likes the 295 grain Powerbelt bullets today. Alright, so we'll take a quick look at our chrono before we look at our target. We only had one good reading that I truly believe. It's windy, the sun is coming in and out and in and out, plus we got muzzleloader smoke blowing all over the place. It can be a little tricky sometimes to get the chrono to read, but this 1521 number, I think that's probably correct. From the 245s, I think we were getting close to 1600, so a little heavier bullet, that number does make sense. And here's your energy for a 295 grain bullet at 1521. Perfectly fine for a 100-yard deer hunt scenario, but nothing, you know, big magnum heavy duty load either. But how accurate were they from that CVA? Let's go check it out and see. Okay, so let's take a look at our accuracy results here, and overall, I'd call it decent. I don't think it's quite the best bullet combo we've seen from that muzzleloader so far, but it's definitely pretty solid overall. We'll start on the left with our first 3 shots at 50 yards. We had 2 that were pretty much touching and 1 that was almost with the other 2. That's a perfectly solid group at 50. Overall spread is right at an inch, 1.03 to be exact. So that's deer hunting territory all day long, no doubt about it. Now we'll move over here to the right with our 100-yard group. You can see we finally got our 0 pretty close here from our other shots we were taking earlier at 100. But we did open it up a little bit, but I think it's pretty comparable overall here. We had just over an inch, and this is probably 2 inches and change or so. 2 that are close, maybe 1 touch farther out, but still that's a minute of deer all day long. And just like I suspected, 2.10 inches, so just a hair over 2. So it's pretty comparable. We went from just over an inch to just over 2 inches. I wouldn't mind seeing a touch tighter at 100, but it's a muzzleloader. I don't expect to see precision center fire type of groups here. Typically, if I can get a little better than slug gun accuracy, so I don't know, 2.5 inches or better or so, that's perfectly fine for me for a 100-yard deer muzzleloader. And this combo is no exception. It would do perfectly fine. I do think the 245 grain Powerbelts did a little better, but But to be honest with you, either one out of that particular CVA is gonna take the deer just the same as the other. If you do your part and put that bullet where it needs to be, there's not a deer that's gonna walk through it. So yet again, for a $200 muzzleloader and just a basic Powerbelt loading, I'll take that all day long. I wouldn't hesitate to take that out for a 100-yard deer hunt any day of the week. Alright y'all, well, what did you think about those results right there? Overall, they're perfectly solid. Might not be the ultimate group, but for a $200 muzzleloader with a basic Powerbelt, I don't think we got too much to complain about there. Now, do I think we might be able to fine tune it a little more? Maybe a little different bullet, a little different powder, or powder charge weight, or anything like that? Potentially so. But at least for the deer hunting I'm going to do with this combo, that's more than serviceable. So leave all your thoughts down below. Is that about what you expected to see? Were you a little surprised one way or the other? Have you tested a CVA Wolf with any of these 295 Powerbelts? And if so, what kind of results have you seen from it? Is this a combo you would use on a deer hunt? Or would you prefer a little bit tighter grouping or anything like that? And what other bullets or powders or anything like that might you want to see us try when it comes to muzzleloader stuff from that CVA? Let me know all that down below. But with that being said, I've got some more testing to get done for you guys, so I'm going to get back to it. As always, we have the channel Instagram as well as the mailbox where you can send stuff if you'd like. All that information will be in the description if you're interested in it. But I'm going to get back to it, so I'll see y'all in the next one.